Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. We're going to begin into Jeremiah 31 and verse 23. Or actually, we could start at verse 18. And it reads, I have surely heard Ephraim bemoaning himself thus, Thou hast chastised me, and I was chastised, as a bullock unaccustomed to the yoke. Turn thou me, and I shall be turned, for thou art the Lord my God Yahweh. Surely after that I was turned, I repented, and after that I was instructed. I smote upon my thigh, I was ashamed, yea, even confounded, because I did bear the reproach of my youth. Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he a pleasant child? For since I spake against him, I do earnestly remember him still. Therefore my bowels are troubled for him. I will surely have mercy upon him, saith the Lord Yahweh. Set thee up waymarks, make thee high heaps, set thine heart toward the highway, even the way which thou wentest. Turn again, O Virgin of Israel, turn again to these cities. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Yahweh, as they shall use this speech in the land of Judah and in the cities thereof, when I shall bring again their captivity. The Lord Yahweh bless thee, O habitation of justice and mountain of holiness. Right? So 31 and 23 is clearly talking about how we are in captivity once again. And this speech that he's talking about, like it says in verse 21, right? Set thine heart toward the highway. It's clearly talking about how we are preaching on these highways and byways, right? It's clearly talking about the camps and how this speech is being brought again in these last days. I'm going to go to Jeremiah 51. Verse 50, right? Ye that have escaped the sword, go away, stand not still. Remember the Lord Yahweh afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind. Right? So, many of us have already escaped the sword in past times, right? Many Akim have been in gang activities before, have gotten shot, nearly fatally shot. I have a personal experience where I I was a victim of a hit and run. I was in a coma for a week, and Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai saved my life. And if I was to be lost at that time, I would have surely been perished, right? But Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai extended my life, so now I have a chance to preach to the Yasharallah. And this is one more precept, right? Actually, first I'm going to go to Ezekiel, right? I'm going to go to chapter 20, verse 43. Right? I'm going to start at verse 42. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, when I shall bring you into the land of Israel, into the country for the which I lifted up mine hand to give it to your fathers. And there shall ye remember your ways and all your doings wherein ye have been defiled, and ye shall loathe yourselves in your own sight for all the evils that ye have committed. Right? So, when we are brought back into Israel, right, we will learn about all our past sins, right? We won't learn about them per se, but we will not forget, but we will disdain them, right? And in 36 and 31, it says, then shall ye remember your own evil ways and your doings that were not good, and shall loathe yourselves in your own sight for your iniquities and for your abominations. Right? So, abominations, right? That means that we have sinned continually before, right? I'll get that in Job 5. Or not Job 5, I think it's Salaki. I think that's Proverbs. Might be Proverbs 4. Right, Proverbs 6 and 16. Says, these 6 things doth the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among among brethren. Right? So, if 6 things the Lord hates, but if you do 7, it's an abomination, and we'll remember all abominations that we did, then we have done all of these things before, right? But through the blood of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, we are going to be forgiven of these things. But, like it says in Romans, I think it's 2. Right? Thou that makest thy boast of the law, through breaking the law dishonoreth thou God? For the name of God, Yahweh, is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you, as it is written. Right? So, we cannot take a gift without giving back. Right? So, we cannot be robbers, like it says in John 10, right? Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. Right? So all these people that climb in a different way, right? Like the first verse says, all these people that climb in a different way are trying to take the gift without following the law. Right? That's in 1 Timothy. On the precept in 1 Timothy 1 verse 8 through 9. Right? But we know that the law is good if a man uses it lawfully. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and for sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers, for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for men stealers, for liars, for perjured persons, and if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine, according to the glorious gospel of the blessed God, which was committed to my trust. So this is basically saying, like for example, the law, not the law Salakia, but for example, you do not need to go to a doctor if you're not sick, right? You don't need to go to the doctor if you're not sick, right? It's a good example. So, the law is good if you use it lawfully, which means you do not do the things that are written that you cannot do in the law, right? Because the law is a punishment for people who do those sort of things listed in the verse. Which is why we have to live perfectly, right? That's in John 8, I believe. Right, John 8. This is the so-called adulterous woman, right? She said, "No man, Lord." And Yahushua said unto her, "Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more." Right? So if you sin no more, what does that mean? You're not sinning anymore. Which means you're living in perfect accordance to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. We're going to get one last blow, right? This is Luke 1 and 5 through 6. There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias of the course of Abia, and his wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. And they were both righteous before Yahweh, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord Yahweh, blameless. Again, walking in all the statutes, Salakia, all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord Yahweh, blameless. For further scholarship, we could go into the BLB, right? Check it out and see what the word means, right? Blameless.
Strong's G 273, Amemptos.
Outline of biblical usage. Blameless, deserving no censure, free from fault or defect. So these people were living blamelessly, right? So it is definitely not put past us, since we have to walk in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach's light, like I referenced in the previous video, is not put past us or so-called impossible to live blamelessly. So with that, I'm going to give all honor, praise, glory, and respect to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Shalom until the next time.